Hello, my name's Adriana and I'd like to talk today about what self-esteem is. In our early childhood and during our developmental periods to adulthood, we can experience significant emotional events in which we feel rejected, abandoned and unloved. We activate from inside of us negative emotion to the very depth of feeling not wanted, not valued, not good enough and worthless. We can feel hurt, isolated, profoundly anxious and insecure. A feeling evokes within us, what's wrong with me? I must have done something really bad. That we trigger the lack of self-worth. We feel the emotions of self-blame, shame, guilt, and even a feeling of self-hatred. This core of lack of self-worth is inherent within our individual and collective consciousness, linked to our family, genetic and collective historical memory bank. In other words, hardwired in our DNA. This core of lack of self-worth triggers our individual and universal fears. Fears such as fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being good enough, fear of exposure, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being alone, fear of not being able to cope. This is the cause of why we feel anxiety and stress, particularly as we face the major milestones and challenges of life and our relationships. The reason for this is we put a shield up or layers of self-protection that actually is our fight, flight, stress response. In other words, our attack defense mechanisms of our instinctual mind that are actually based inside us within that lack of trust, those feelings of no worth, no value, no trust. That is the love-hate relationship, our love-hate relationship hardwired in our DNA, and all the grief and sadness that underpins all of these energies. Our behavioural patterns that we pass down through the history of our family and cultural conditioning through the generations. Within all these feelings of insecurity, inadequacy and anxieties, we attempt to sublimate our deeper feelings of lack of self-worth through many mediums that we're all familiar with to find a sense of comfort, or even that we try and base our source of security in or on, such as drugs like alcohol, nicotine, food, sex, money and relationships, forever looking for some form of security to be met outside of ourselves. The integration of our whole personality as love, trust and compassion builds lasting self-esteem. We are able to achieve this by internalising the heartfelt qualities such as love, trust, forgiveness, compassion, and unify the positive character traits of the masculine and feminine within our personalities, the courage, the strength, the determination of the male, with the softness, the gentleness, the tenderness of our feminine aspect. Through this process, as we transform through the layers upon layers of our hardwired conditioning, our emotional intelligence can release, decharge and dissolve out all these layers of our negative emotions. Gradually and systematically, we feel deeper levels of self-love and self-acceptance. We are able to feel secure within ourselves, even within all our flaws, fallibilities and failures in life. Self-esteem is loving, valuing and believing in ourselves. We are the creative force of love, and that love is unconditional. This is our shared human journey. Gradually, we are able to free ourselves of our codependencies and actually let go our fear-hate-based control relative to all the forms of external security that we've based our survival needs on: reputation, money, image, what other people think, etc., etc. The key to creating our own inner security and inner contentment is understanding ourselves at an emotional level, not in the head, but through our emotions. Our emotions are the keys to peace, joy, freedom, and inner security. And as we come to understand ourselves emotionally, we also come to understand that within our historical memory bank, we are all one and the same. This allows us to shift our belief in separation and our individual survival of the fittest to one of universal compassion, trust, and cooperation. Sweet as. Thank you. Visit our website shiftingparadigm.com.au